afternoon. Let me explain a few pointers for the person who weren't here this morning. Watch how I grabbing my microphone. There is an antenna over here. The receiver is down there, so you have to point it all times to the public. If you do something like this, the volume will get interrupted. Can you hear the difference? So please hold your microphone this way. Avoid moving the microphone while you talk. Avoid grabbing the microphone, covering the antenna. If you do that, the receiver might not get the signal well. We are video streaming in live in YouTube. This morning we had 113 views, but which is quite good. We announced that. So the new link will be sent in a few moments to the people outside. So if you give me a few more minutes, I will send the link right soon, and we will start. Very well, we are live now. So for the next presentation, I will let the microphone to Dr. Manuel Jimenez, who would like to say a few words.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Before we continue, we want to present a small present of appreciation to Miguel Aguirre, who had all the kindness of coming and joining us. Maybe you didn't catch it, but Miguel is not only an alumni from our electrical engineering program, he's also a product of the IAP program, and he's a former student of the IAP. So he sat at some point in the same seats that you are sitting today, presenting his project. For us, it's a special occasion to have him coming and joining us and delivering the keynote, and also for the support that he has also given to the university. I'm going to ask the professors. Okay. Guillermo Serrano is Guillermo Omaira, the Chancellor, and our Dean to come, and Miguel to present this small token of appreciation. It's a plaque that reads, to Engineer Miguel Aguirre, in recognition of your remarkable achievements and unwavering support to our university, we proudly present you with this plaque. As an esteemed alumnus, you are a true inspiration to our students and alumni, demonstrating the value of work, dedication, and perseverance. Thank you for being an outstanding ambassador of our university and the TIUPRM program and for making us all proud. Thank you very much. It's a plaque that reads to Engineer Miguel Aguirre in recognition of your remarkable achievements and unwavering support to our university. We proudly present you with this plaque. As an esteemed alumnus, you are a true inspiration to our students and alumni, demonstrating the value of work, dedication, and perseverance. Thank you for being an outstanding ambassador of our university and the TIUPRM program and for making us all proud. Thank you very much. It's a plaque that reads to Engineer Miguel Aguirre in recognition of your remarkable achievements and unwavering support to our university. We proudly present you this plaque. As an
IoT
esteemed
devices,
alumnus,
a study of
you
the
are
hardware
a
penetration
true
testing
inspiration
techniques.
to our students and alumni, demonstrating the value of work, dedication, and perseverance. Thank you for being an outstanding ambassador of our university and the TIUPRM program and for making us all proud. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Serrano. I'm the leader of the Panda Research Team, Securing IoT Devices, a study of the hardware penetration testing techniques.
It's a plaque
The team
that
members
reads
are Gabriel
to
Figueroa,
Engineer
Brian Serrano,
Miguel
Carolina
Aguirre in
Rodriguez,
recognition
Oniel
of
Plaza,
your
Dennis
remarkable
Martin,
achievements
Emmanuel
and
Guadalupe,
unwavering
James
support
Rodriguez,
to our
Diego
university.
Vélez, Ángel
We
Vázquez,
proudly present you
Gabriel
this
Viera,
plaque.
Keishlian Sanabria.
IoT devices, a study of the hardware penetration
True
testing
inspiration
techniques.
to our
In
students and alumni,
29.4
demonstrating the
billion
value
by
of work,
2013 will
dedication,
be
and
active
perseverance.
IoT devices
Thank you
worldwide. So
for
in the
being an
graph we can see
outstanding
how is the
ambassador of our
exponential growth.
university.
There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these
Proud.
IoT devices, which are easy to exploit by the 29 billion devices that will be active. So we want to cover these devices. The leader of the Panda Research Team, Securing IoT Devices, a study of the hardware penetration testing techniques.
It's a plaque
The team
that
members
reads
are Gabriel
to
Figueroa,
Engineer
Brian Serrano,
Miguel Aguirre
Carolina
in
Rodriguez,
recognition
Oniel
of
Plaza,
your
Dennis
remarkable
Martin,
achievements
Emmanuel
and
Guadalupe,
unwavering
James
support
Rodriguez,
to our
Diego
university.
Vélez, Ángel
We
Vázquez,
proudly present you
Gabriel
this
Viera,
plaque.
Keishlian
As
Sanabria.
an
IoT
esteemed
devices, a
alumnus,
study of the hardware
true
penetration testing
inspiration
techniques.
to our
In
students and alumni,
29.4
demonstrating the
billion
value
by
of work,
2013 will be
dedication, and
active
perseverance.
IoT devices
Thank you
worldwide. So
for
in the
being an
graph we can see
outstanding
how is the
ambassador of our
exponential growth.
university.
There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these IoT devices, which are easy to exploit by the 29 billion devices that will be active. So we want to cover these devices. The leader of the Panda Research Team, Securing IoT Devices, a study of the hardware penetration testing techniques.
It's a plaque
The team
that
members are
reads
Gabriel
to
Figueroa,
Engineer
Brian
Miguel
Serrano,
Aguirre
Carolina
in
Rodriguez,
recognition
Oniel
of
Plaza,
your
Dennis
remarkable
Martin,
achievements
Emmanuel
and
Guadalupe,
unwavering
James
support
Rodriguez,
to our
Diego Vélez,
university.
Ángel
We
Vázquez,
proudly present you
Gabriel
this
Viera,
plaque.
Keishlian
As
Sanabria.
an
IoT
esteemed
devices, a
alumnus,
study of the hardware
true
penetration testing
inspiration
techniques.
to our
In
students and alumni,
29.4 billion by 2013 will be active IoT devices worldwide. So in the graph we can see how is the exponential growth. There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these IoT devices, which are easy to exploit by the 29 billion devices that will be active. So we want to cover these devices. The leader of the Panda Research Team, Securing IoT Devices, a study of the hardware penetration testing
After that, the team will choose a device that they would like to practice their pen testing skills.
It's a plaque
The team
that
members are
reads
Gabriel Figueroa,
Engineer
Brian Serrano,
This doesn't mean that we will be hacking the device itself.
Carolina Rodriguez, Oniel Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel Guadalupe, James Rodriguez, Diego Vélez, Ángel Vázquez, Gabriel Viera, Keishlian Sanabria.
IoT devices, a study of the hardware penetration testing techniques.
In 29.4 billion by 2013 will be active IoT devices worldwide. So in the graph we can see how is the exponential growth. There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these IoT devices, which are easy to exploit by 29 core video devices like that. So we want to cover these devices, study of the Canada research team, securing IoT devices, and study of the hardware validation testing.
Also, we started
a device that they would like to practice their testing skills.
where we learned
Members are Gabriel Figueroa, William Serrano.
This doesn't mean that we will be hacking the device itself.
Cornelius Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel López, Diego Pérez, Ahmed Vázquez, Gabriel Guerra, Cristiano Sonora.
IoT devices are studied of the hardware
In 29 for video by Stranger Things, actual IoT devices worldwide, so in the graph we can see how is that exploration going. There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these IoT devices, which are easily exploited by 29 for video devices like that. So we want to cover these devices, study of the Canada research team, securing IoT devices, and study of the hardware validation testing.
Also, we started
a device that they would like to practice their testing skills.
where we learned
Members are Gabriel Figueroa, William Serrano.
This doesn't mean that we will be hacking the device itself.
Cornelius Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel López, Diego Pérez, Ahmed Vázquez, Gabriel Guerra, Cristiano Sonora.
IoT devices are studied of the hardware
In 29 for video by Stranger Things, actual IoT devices worldwide, so in the graph we can see how is that exploration going. There will be higher risk of cyber attacks and a weak defense for these IoT devices, which are easily exploited by 29 for video devices like that. So we're trying to work with first these devices and know the explosion devices. We want to use this device in the market in order to replicate these attacks and find something. So that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learned that memory of Gabriel Figueroa in the other device.
That we will be hacking the device itself.
Cornelius Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel López, Diego Pérez, Ahmed Vázquez, Gabriel Guerra, Cristiano Sonora.
IoT devices are studied of the hardware
In 29 for video by Stranger Things, device, we're gonna worldwide how we can see how is that exploration process, how to make these devices more secure and a beginning for these IoT devices use identity and then actually for devices like we want to break. So we're going to further in the beginning, so when we establish a device and find out which are the devices we have in the market, exactly what has to be like something. So that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learned that memory of Gabriel Figueroa in the other device.
That we will be
Cornelius Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel López, Diego Pérez, Ahmed Vázquez, Gabriel Guerra, Cristiano Sonora.
IoT devices are studied of the hardware
In 29 for video by Stranger Things, device, we're gonna worldwide how we can see how is that exploration process, how to make these devices more secure and a beginning for these IoT devices use identity and then actually for devices like we want to break. So we're going to further in the beginning, so when we establish a device and find out which are the devices we have in the market, exactly what has to be like something. So that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learned that memory of Gabriel Figueroa in the other device.
that we will be
Cornelius Plaza, Dennis Martin, Emmanuel López, Diego Pérez, Ahmed Vázquez, Gabriel Guerra, Cristiano Sonora.
IoT devices are studied of the hardware
In 29 for video by Stranger Things, device, we're gonna worldwide how we can see how is that exploration process, how to make these devices more secure and a beginning for these IoT devices use identity and then actually for devices like we want to break. So we're going to further in the beginning, so when we establish a device and find out which are the devices we have in the market, exactly what has to be like something. So that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learned that memory of Gabriel Figueroa in the other device. Cornelius Plaza, Randy and I are introduced to vice transfer device. I don't know how we can see how that inspection process. We know how to make these devices more secure in the beginning. I know how to use it and then access the devices. We want to have a so that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learn that every area has a device. Randy and I are introduced to vice inspection device. I don't know how we can see how that inspection process. We know how to make these devices more secure in the beginning. I know how to use it and then access the devices. We want to have a so that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learn that every area has a device. Randy and I are introduced to vice inspection device. I don't know how we can see how that inspection process. We know how to make these devices more secure in the beginning. I know how to use it and then access the devices. We want to have so that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learn that every area has a device. Randy and I are introduced to vice inspection device. I don't know how we can see how that inspection process. We know how to make these devices more secure in the beginning. I know how to use it and then access the devices. We want to have a so that's what we're trying to do first with these devices. We learn that every area has a device. Randy and I are introduced to vice inspection device. I don't know how we can see how that inspection process. We know how to make these devices more secure in the beginning. I know how
participating at a distance. And so this has been a particularly different project where it has been developed from scratch as my original master's thesis. I have had the amazing help of Dr. Manuel Jimenez, who's been more than gracious over these past 3 years in development. And well, here to give you an update of where we stand so far. So, now conducting studies in the ocean is particularly difficult. We have, the idea is to conduct studies of microscopic relevance and important, and we also want to be able to have the original characteristics because of that these organisms find themselves in. So a big mistake that I consider that we do when we conduct science is the fact that we take organisms out of their environment, study them for a while in like what's known as in vitro or at least in lab conditions, and then we say that we understand what's going on, but do we actually understand what's going on with the organism when we take them out of that environment? Not exactly. More relevant data suggests that we should always observe these organisms via in situ observations, and that's what we tried to tackle with this project. So examples of these organisms include small sponges, corals, ascidians, and basically any characterization that has to be done with the ocean floor. So the lab is equipped with a bunch of electronics and instruments that work independently. They have their own timers and all this other stuff that arguably is difficult to synchronize, correct? If I have like 5 different devices on me, each with their own internal timer, and I click one button and I'm saying that I'm recording this instant, every device has a slightly different timestamp, correct? So the idea is to associate all of our biological observations via camera with all of the water quality parameters via sensors, and associate them instantly so that we do not have that separation or that error possibility occurring within the marine environment, which is already very difficult to sample. As a marine research diver, it's also important to state the fact that air is also a limitation and a big danger to the divers. If you have 30 feet of depth, you approximately have about, I'd say about 100 to 90 minutes of dive, maybe a bit less. Like actually, yeah. However, if you're at 100 feet of depth, you only have 10 to 30 minutes to do whatever you're going to do and get out. This makes it almost impossible to gain data from deep ocean locations, right? At least via a diver. So the idea is to develop a device with many integrated components, as we see here in the center box, and then address the implementation of what would be the sensor hub and the battery component, which are the 2 main achievements of this semester and 2 heavy parts of the project that had to be addressed, because we want prolonged observations as well as we want true and specific data reads, correct? So this is the prototype, and this is 4 years in development. This is the Marine Operated Sensory Imaging Stereoscope, and it is accessible to the diver via a 5-inch user interface and a Hall effect sensor stylus, which is like a magnetic sensor button that we're going to be using, and I don't know of any other study that uses this implementation, but we're giving it a shot, see how it works out. The device is divided into 3 modules: the optical unit, the sensor unit, and the power module, which is analogous. This is our top level architecture. Notice how the optical unit is basically the central unit that unites the information from the sensor unit, and then the power module just supplies backup power to both ends. All of the data recovered from this optical unit is transferred via Ethernet or USB to Ethernet protocol to an external host protocol, which will then work for digital image editing and aligning to be able to have image time-lapse video. We should also be attaining algorithms in which we can observe the different data recovered so as to estimate coral bleaching and diseases occurring within the marine environment. Once again, as a scientist, it's difficult to have this information available because we always rely on the tools at hand to make our science. We don't actually have the ability, or we haven't actually tried to have the ability to develop tools for the science that we want to actually do. Okay, so this is something very novel about the project. So this is the optical unit architecture. This is a central Raspberry Pi 4. It is the main microcontroller, and it integrates most of the other hardware components in the microscope. So imaging, we have 2 PixLink C-mount cameras. These are machine vision cameras with a great flexible focusing. So this can take photos from, say, roof height down to floor level in like fractions of a second in terms of focus. Very powerful cameras. We're using a Tiva C TM4 microcontroller as the sensor unit and the main MCU through which we recover our data reads from the sensors. And additionally, there is a 3-color lighting ring which provides different choices of illumination for the samples that we are observing. Since we are observing living organisms, they can't be observed under 100% full white light all the time. Some are extra sensitive, some only come out at night, so we have